Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Let's talk about Hezbollah, okay? So, in this picture here, we had the foreign minister of Iran. His name is Hossein Amir Abdollahian. And also on the right side of your screen, that is Hassan Nasrallah. Okay, he's the Secretary General of Hezbollah. And they just recently met here in the last 24 hours inside of southern Lebanon. Okay, and this is following up to multiple events that have transpired here in southern Lebanon recently. I just put out a video, I think it was yesterday, of a senior commander of Hezbollah that was potentially taken out. Okay, and I went to go check to see if I could find any information on whether this guy was confirmed to be killed. And I can't find anything as of yet, but as far as we know, he has been assassinated. Okay, Israel dropped a drone on his vehicle, and he also had two other operatives, Hezbollah operatives, that were in the vehicle with him at that time. I think they were the original target, and supposedly the senior commander, I think his name was Abbas el-Debis, he was taken out as well, supposedly. Okay, so right after that happened, we have a article that came out. I'm going to be talking about that here in just a moment, where basically Hezbollah fired 30 rockets into Israel just hours after Israel had launched this strike and took out this supposed senior commander of Hezbollah. Okay, so there was this response from Hezbollah launching the rockets into Israel, and then just a day later, now we have the foreign minister of Iran meeting with the Secretary General of Hezbollah, okay? And I think they're meeting right now because there's a very high possibility that Israel's going to be declaring war on Hezbollah here very soon, probably within the next couple months, but maybe sooner, who knows? And there's been lots of talk coming out from Israel's defense minister. Okay, he's been saying that they're ready to go to war. They're ready to launch, multiple fighter jets into southern Lebanon and start leveling cities in Lebanon. Okay, there's lots and lots of threats going on here, back and forth. Okay, and obviously this thing's been going on since October. Okay, once Israel moved into Gaza, that's when Hezbollah started attacking Israel in the north, and this is in retaliation and try to put pressure on Israel to get them to stop their aggression onto Gaza. Okay. So let's go over this article here real quick. We're going to talk about this. So this is what happened. These are events that happened right before the lead up to the foreign minister of Iran meeting with the Secretary General, and then we'll kind of recap on that. Okay, so Hezbollah fires 30 rockets at Israel in retaliation for reported hit on top officers. So this is the Abbas al-Debis, the senior commander that supposedly got taken out in that drone strike from Israel. Okay, so Hezbollah fired a barrage of at least 30 rockets from Lebanon at northern Israel late Thursday, hours after an apparent Israeli drone strike, in the southern Lebanese town of Nabatea was said to target two Hezbollah operatives, including a senior commander. The drone strike was reportedly in retaliation for an earlier Hezbollah launch at a military base that left 3 IDF soldiers wounded, one seriously, as a rash of cross-border attacks throughout the day kept tensions high at the border. Okay, so just before Israel attacked inside of Nabatea in Lebanon and took out that senior commander from Hezbollah, they were attacked in Israel, and that's where those 3 IDF troops were wounded. Okay, so that's when we attacked this senior commander, right? Took him out. And then just hours later, that's when Hezbollah fires this barrage of rockets, right? So they do that. And then immediately after that happens, no more than a day later, that's when the foreign minister that you see on your screen here from Iran, he actually met with the parliament members inside of Beirut, okay, the capital of Lebanon. Okay, so he met with them first before coming to see Hassan Nasrallah that you see here in the photo. So he just met with Hassan Nasrallah in the last 12 to 24 hours. Okay, so here's some information of him visiting Beirut. Okay, so Iran vows to keep backing Hezbollah during regional tensions linked to Israel-Hamas war. And this is important because if if Iran discontinues supporting Hezbollah, then they would have major issues, right? Because that's where they get all of their weaponry from, all of their funding, everything. So if Iran discontinues funding Hezbollah, Hezbollah would not be able to continue their attacks. And I think that Hezbollah is very strategically placed there to put this pressure on Israel, and also to keep Israel away from Iran, okay, to keep them preoccupied. So Iran's foreign minister vowed after arriving in Beirut on Friday to keep supporting the militant Hezbollah group, saying Lebanon's security affects that of Iran and the region. So see, they're strategically there on purpose to stabilize things and to support Iran and to keep their enemies away from Iran is the whole point here of these proxies. Hossein Amirab Dolahian was welcomed by representatives of Lebanon's Hezbollah, as well as the militant Palestinian group Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Iran, a main backer of the militant groups, has been calling on the U.S. to pressure Israel to stop its offensive in the Gaza Strip. Hezbollah began attacks along Lebanon's border with Israel on October 8th, and 17 years of relative calm, a day after Hamas launched its attack on southern Israel that triggered the ongoing war. Hezbollah officials have said they will stop attacking Israeli military posts when Israel's attack on Gaza ends. So see, they're still coming out and saying they're going to continue to attack Israel as long as Israel is going into Gaza, okay? And this thing's going to go on for probably a couple more months at least, maybe 3 months. It really all depends on when they wrap up their operations down there. But right now, I just reported on this the other day, that Israel's preparing to move into Rafah. Okay, Rafah is the southernmost city inside of Gaza, and there's like 1.5 million people there. So about 80% or so of the original people that were living in Gaza are all inside of Rafah right now. So whenever they move into Rafah, it's going to be a bloodbath down there, because there's going to be so many innocent people that are just bystanders when, the IDF is trying to move in and eradicate Hamas. And they've already started to do that. They just bombed Rafah several times. The IDF has, that is. And there was a report that like 44 people were already killed. So it's going to get really bad down there. And as long as, this continues to happen, we're going to see Hezbollah, ramp up their attacks on the northern border of Israel. Okay? So Hezbollah and the resistance in Lebanon have courageously and wisely carried out their deterring and effective role. Amirab Dolahian told reporters at Beirut's Rafik Hariri International Airport, he said, Iran will continue its strong support to the resistance in Lebanon as we consider Lebanon's security as the security of Iran and the region. Amirab Dolahian is scheduled to meet Lebanese officials and hold talks with Hezbollah leader Syed Hassan Nasrallah. So that's the gentleman, again, that you see here in the photo. And the article just came out today of them meeting. So let's kind of go over that real quick too. So this is on the Times of Israel. Hezbollah's Nasrallah meets Iranian foreign minister in Lebanon. Okay, so there's them meeting just like you see. The Hezbollah terror group announces that its leader, Hassan Nasrallah, has met with Iranian foreign minister Hossein Abdullahian. Hezbollah published pictures of the meeting that took place in an undisclosed location. The terror group says the two discussed developments in Gaza, the situation in southern Lebanon, where Hezbollah trades fire on a daily basis with Israel across the border, and other fronts on the axis of resistance. Iran is the main backer of Hezbollah and several other terror groups in the region, including Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Gaza and the Houthis in Yemen. Amir Abdullahian also met with Lebanese caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati in Beirut. Okay, so I just have to say here that this is a big sign right here that something's coming. Okay, the foreign minister, he's obviously there. He's going to be supporting, Hezbollah and their operations, what's going on there in southern Lebanon, attacking Israel. And again, we've got all these warnings coming out from Israel as well, like their defense minister saying that they're ready to go at a moment's notice. Okay, they've got fighter jets patrolling the skies of Lebanon, And they literally said one of their generals came out of their army and said, we are ready to turn those several jets into hundreds of jets, or they will just start bombing Lebanon like crazy and start moving in, okay? And this is definitely coming, and I think that's what this is. This is preparations, just like you see here on your screen. This is preparations for funding. They're probably talking about, you know, what types of security needs are you lacking right now? Do you need more air defense? Do you need more rockets? What do you need? Because something big is coming here pretty soon. And the reason why we know that there's going to be an offensive from Israel pretty soon, okay? Because Hezbollah refuses to move away from the southern border and of Lebanon, okay? And if they do not decide on their own peacefully to move away from the border, Israel said they're going to attack. Okay, so they will attack into Lebanon and push Hezbollah out. The Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has also come out and said, threatened Hezbollah and Lebanon too, that he would level Beirut to the ground just as he did with Gaza. Okay, so there's lots and lots of warnings coming out here, and I've been saying this for quite some time now, that once we get close to seeing the operations wrap up down in Gaza, I think Benjamin Netanyahu is going to order his military to go after Hezbollah next. So I really think that's what this is. This is preparations here. That's why the foreign minister is there, because he's the person who can decide, you know, what types of materials, funding, whatever the Hezbollah group may need to be prepared for when the IDF moves in to attack Hezbollah. And this is only going to continue to make things worse. So the Middle East is really getting bad over there right now, okay? Lots and lots of people are coming out and saying so. Donald Trump has said it at so many of his group meetings that he does with all these people when he gets together and does all these things. So there's lots of warnings coming out, okay? And it's going to get worse over here as time goes on. All right, so hope you're prepared for that, because when things really do start to get bad over here in the Middle East, it can definitely affect us over here, especially if things happen really close over there to the Red Sea, and the Red Sea becomes more dangerous. Okay, something's coming here pretty soon, and it could get really bad. So hope you're prepared for it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button. And if you enjoy my content, also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you as soon as a new video is live. And we do put out several a day. So with that, thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. We'll see you later.